have a couple stops along the way, and huge donation presents and really, really fun time. And then the New Year's cruise that the San Diego Air Pool hosts every year on New Year's, they do a food donation. And so they fill a truck full of food donation. We do a really fun cruise. We get to stop down the Silver Strand, get a lot of really cool pictures, and support good causes in the community. So huge thanks to the San Diego partners that really do great community stuff and really support community events. So those were some things that we attended in the end of last year.
So, and on that note, my own club, the Panzers, had our Christmas lights cruise. We've been doing it close to 20 years. We had 135 cars, and we thank the Fullerton Police for coming and picking up a lot of toys. You guys were very generous. VW people are that way. They are very giving, and they like to help whenever they can. Plus, I like to run those cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buses by the Bridge, I didn't go. I heard it was a fantastic show. It was full to overflowing with VW buses, but when you're a drag racing VW freak.
No, I had some friends that went. I went last year for the first time. I didn't make it this year, but it was a huge turnout, and I know that they do a lot of good with the proceeds from those events as well.
Yeah, I think that VW clubs that do events that help underprivileged people and people who need the help, that there's nothing better you can do with your car club than do that. We are excited that we have 3 of the original Volks chancellors here with us today. We have Mr. Craig Roberts,
President.
Mr. Wayne Richards,
Sergeant at Arms.
Reggie McCoy.
Yeah, I don't know what I am.
Secretary, I'm all on.
And we have a number of questions to ask, but at any time you want to tell a story or spout something out, you go right ahead, because that's what this is all about. And Amber's going to start by asking you.
Well, first, let me remind you gentlemen, these mics need to be up here so we can hear you, because your stories are very valuable. I know you don't want to hold yours, but you're just going to hand it to.
Yeah, you don't have to do this.
I am, it's gonna be a close one.
Oh, there you go. He's got a mic holder. That is first. So, gentlemen, you have a pretty unique niche in the world of like racing, Volkswagen racing. How did you get started? What was the caveat that said let's do this?
It really started out to be a social club,
Okay.
and we did parties and events for groups, and we did outings, and then we also worked with the politicians. If you notice in the magazine that shows the mayor of Compton,
Very nice.
which we helped with his campaign, and we did that, and then we also did.
Did he win?
No.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Sorry.
And we also did Head Start program. I don't know if you know
That's
about
all
that.
I do. That's
Where we used to
awesome.
take the kids to Santa's Village in our Volkswagen.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how we were able to do it, but you know.
You
but,
did.
but we took kids to Santa's Village and other events for kids. But we started our social club, and then we converted to a racing team.
Very nice. And when was that?
68. Club started in 65. I joined in 68.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, on that photo that's in the magazine, that's actually when the vice chancellors were signing a charter
Okay.
with the city of Compton.
That's awesome.
And we're probably still chartered, but they've had like 7 million mayors.
At the time, there was probably 20, 25, maybe more.
25 to 30 club members. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We had 25 to 30 dedicated club members. Yes.
Yeah, and actually the vice chancellors didn't have a problem poaching people from other clubs because there were a lot of other.
Coaching.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
that sounded politically correct. But
No, Reggie was coaching.
I do that to eggs, but I never.
yeah, I was thinking from another club. I wanted to get a car show at a vice chancellor event, and I was convinced by the vice chancellor to join the vice chancellors and dissolve the other
How did they
club.
convince you?
Thirdly. No, just really,
That's
really,
not poaching,
really,
that's
no,
robbing.
really friendly atmosphere. and the guys were all on the same page with everything they were doing, and I just loved it, enjoyed it.
Cause what people would see in, South Central Los Angeles is those chancellors on Sundays all together, cruising down Crenshaw Boulevard from maybe Compton all the way to the Wiener Schnitzel on Crenshaw. Every Sunday, disciplined black men in Volkswagens and just having fun cruising with their cars. And they were all basically California, but we all found out that we can race and we can go fast. And we have people and know people that help us. And it just, everybody that wanted to get in the club, one of the, you had to go down a quarter mile or eighth of a mile. What else? You had to, let's see, go down a quarter or eighth of a mile.
Some faster than others.
Yeah. And medians. And we also used to race at Orange County Raceway on Wednesday nights.
Oh, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
On Wednesday nights.
Well, I just want to add that I think the first time I went to like the bug-in weekend, I parked next to you guys, and what you say about like inviting and kind and everybody's inclusive, like all of that is 100% true. I left there going like, these guys are so much fun. I want to camp next to you every single time. Had a blast, and so yeah, appreciate that and what you do with the community there.
Like when I met you, that's one of our things. We love to help.
Yeah.
And everybody used to, on Saturdays, we'd go to a different house every Saturday and help each other change clutches and work on the cars. But when I first met you, you were running the eighth of a mile at San Diego, Qualcomm Stadium. And I mentioned to her about the handbrake.
Yep, absolutely, because
And
I
said,
was,
"You use the handbrake."
I'm using 2 feet for
It's the
3
right way to
pedals.
stage
Yeah.
a VW.
And
Yeah.
he comes up and he's like, I got some duct tape for you. And I was like, I just got another foot. No, that's awesome. Awesome.
But we've always helped each other and wanted our club to grow, and we didn't want no trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
We didn't
back,
want no trouble.
back in the day, I found out years later that we were known as the black guys from Compton.
Oh,
That
okay.
was strike 1 and strike 2. But we have yet to this day got strike 3.
Oh, good.
One of the Volks chancellors.
That's right. When,
Well, you have.
Well, wait until after this.
So who came up with the name and that emblem? The emblem is iconic, you know?
You got it
It's
on
just
your,
sort of
you
like
got it on your flannel.
every club, you know,
On your
we
flannels.
got this one and
Yeah.
Look at that,
so,
right there.
so who came up with that?
It's beautiful.
that's a good question. I really don't know. When I joined the club, well, it was different design. I should have brought out the jacket, the original jacket. It had a different design on it. But after we got into the racing team, that's when we switched over to the emblem that we have now.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it stayed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We were, with there being a lot of different clubs, those names wouldn't stick. I mean, I was in a club that was Insecticide Incorporated. But I think the original club, that was a Volkswagen club in the inner city, was the Wagon Masters.
Wagon Masters.
We started-
Remember that.
We used to, I used to come out and run rallies at Riverside Volkswagen. But that was a huge club, and then everybody just started working in other clubs. Like I said, Insecticide Incorporated, that's where I came from when I joined the Village Chancellors.
Well, if you remember back in pretty much the 70s, everybody was a Der, you know? It was Der Kleiner Panzers, it was Der this, and it was Der Volkswagen Nachbar, and Der Gutenheim.
Der Wiener Schnitzel.
and The Volkswagen, and I mean, the Ders were just all over the
Right.
place.
One of the places we kind of got a big name was, one of our cars was the Super Bee with Fred Payne.
Remember that?
Fred Payne ran NHRA and actually held the national record at some time for NHRA. And he was a member of our club. And he was a mechanic, and he helped everybody. And it was just, we were racing Volkswagens.
Yeah.
And it was.
And you could tell people who didn't know anything about it,
Right.
and they'd be going,
What?
right?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and the other question would always be, is that a Porsche engine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
Porsche engine?
I'd go, no, those are slow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lived in Germany for 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
Not on my own. Me
Yeah,
and-
you
me and
know,
Uncle Sam.
And when it was going, we all had to learn, where to get stuff. You know, Gene Bird, oh, he sells good stuff. Taco,
Yeah, Bill Taylor. He was
Bill Taylor of Taco was really big in us going, along with your dad, Julius. And as we, Mr. Roberts, we, they would help us.
That's what he wanted to be known as.
Yeah.
He didn't like to be called Julius. He wanted to be called Mr. Roberts.
That name, Mr. Roberts, is in a famous movie with Fulminator Mercury. You know what that is? Where on the ship they put
Right. The
stuff in
palm
the,
tree.
yeah, they took the palm tree and threw it on board. Mr. Roberts.
Right.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Quick story.
Please.
I've been called Mr. Robert's son. And that's because back in the day, when my father was going somewhere doing something, I was always with him. And they said, well, who is that older gentleman over there? Oh, that's Mr. Roberts. Who's the one that's with him? Oh, that's his son. So it went on and on and on, and finally got to, well, who is that over there? That's Mr. Roberts. Well, who's that with him? That's Mr. Robertson. So I become Mr. Robert's son.
You extended the last name.
So it's Roberts, not Robertson.
Got it.
So, you already talked a little bit about club goals, street cars, cruising, and events, but let's talk about the racing car. Who were the guys in the club that really kind of led the way? Like, Wayne, you're currently racing.
I'm still racing right to this day.
Now, this day.
And these guys, cause I'm the youngest.
I think that's a relative term.
Well, I just wanna get it
That's a lot of
clear.
laughter.
I just wanna get that clear,
Yeah.
They taught me, what to do to get fast. You gotta do this, you gotta do this, do this. And I do it. And I'm still doing it. And I'm still having fun. And when we do go, when I go or when Leroy was going, whatever, these club members, they would come out and still support us. We all supported each other.
Yeah.
They come to Bakersfield, they come to Vegas, even if they weren't running a car. So we could all support each other, and it's always been that way.
Yeah, my husband and I bumped into Ghost out at Vegas a couple years
Right.
ago. And there was a crew around him, always.
Yeah.
Yep.
We also had a lot of inter-club competition,
Yeah.
and for different reasons. Wayne's laughing because Wayne's brother, before he passed, when we early on in the club, between myself, Starling, and was it
Lee. Chris and Lee.
Snoopy's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all had beards, and that was a prize for the winner. Whoever
On green
won the
leaf.
race,
On
we
green
got to
leaf.
keep their beard. So I still have my beard. So I don't know what that means, but
Well, I know back in the day in the Panzers, we had a top 10 board, and you had to, if you were number 9, you had to beat number 8. Even if you thought you could beat 5 or 6, you had to go through,
Yeah.
you had to knock them off
Yeah.
to get to the top, and everybody wanted to be on top.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great internal competition.
so that's basically what some of these TV shows are about. They copy it.
Yeah.
They copied us?
They stole it from me, man. We should talk about that. So, all right, so how many cars have y'all had individually?
I think the most we had at one time was 30
No,
cars.
individual.
Well, that too.
Oh,
Club-wise and individually, but
Starting
how
with
many?
Craig's Toy.
over the years?
Craig's
Yeah.
Toy.
Craig's toy?
Craig's Toy was his first car.
7 or 8, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
the toy was my first car that I ever bought.
Which was your favorite?
They're all my favorites.
I
But the
know,
the toy was about the favorite.
All right.
And back to Gary Berg,
Mhm.
I had a 67 fastback that I put a Berg 5-speed in it. And the
Okay.
reason I got the Berg 5-speed was because in one of the bug-ins, we came to the bug-in, unloaded the race car off the trailer, raced all day long. Gary Berg came in 67 to took the street tires off, put slicks on, ran 1230s, 1240s all day long, pulling the wheels and carrying on, just having a ball. And at the end of the race, we loaded our car in the trailer, towed it back home, and who goes by us on the freeway? Just Permanent with Gary's 5-speed. And I said, because that day I had to have one.
There you go.
And I had 3.
So
So,
there you go.
You also have another transmission story that relates to the Schley brothers.
so many of them.
They loaned, I guess it was your dad racing way back when?
That's Craig's toy.
Yeah, they loaned a gearbox from the Lightning Bug.
Motors, and I practiced the lights. And people wanted to know how I got so good on the lights. Was because I went racing 5 nights out of the week. I mean, everyone
Practice
did.
makes perfect.
Right.
And invest.
For sure.
You wanna win,
Oh,
invest.
yeah.
We were at Orange County every Wednesday night. Right, every, the inside of Doug Gordon's bus had pit passes and time slips stuck all over in it. And it was like a ritual. It was Wednesday night, what are you doing? Are you kidding? You don't know? We'll see you there. You know?
All right, so Arthur Wayne, how
Yeah.
many Volkswagens have you had over the years? And second,
They call me,
what-
okay, I'm gonna just say it. My nickname is Squeaky.
Oh, I see.
They'll say I squeak.
Uh-huh.
I have the same car that I had that's in this issue, February 75. One car.
And so I guess that's your favorite?
Yeah. I mean, it was down for probably 10 years, and then I was able to use the money.
So
After I
but it's
sold all
purely
my-
a race car now. It's not a street
Oh,
car.
big time, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's what it was then.
What is that car called? What's the name?
Well, Wayne's Wagon, you know the name.
Well, the viewers
Wayne's
wanna
Wagon.
know.
Is always ready.
Except for that 10 years. Right, because they're for radio
Right,
now.
right. Yeah, I was saying,
A little bit of calling you. Because we've been on the track together.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pass it to you, Reggie. How many cars have you loaded?
I really don't have any idea of how many cars I've had.
So we got all the ones he didn't get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, I remember Volkswagens, you used to buy Volkswagens for $50,
Yeah,
$100. You can't.
or just take it off my
That's the
property
first
and have it,
Well,
right?
we could have had a couple of yours, who knows? For sure, I know I had in race cars, I had Funky
So
Weekend.
who's the skinny guy driving?
That's a little rubber. That's the roll cage, no, just, that car was several different colors, because remember I came from a car show era, and when we used to show the cars, you had to make a major change every year,
Oh,
right? So my car would get painted, like all the time. But once I got to that, it stayed for a while. Then I had the silver one. Of course, a lot of people know the silver one that I was running with a lot of Volkswagen series. Most people know it from the back.
I get it.
Okay.
Master's degree
Yeah.
in shit talking, that's for sure.
So I haven't started yet, but then I had another one. Well, one of my favorite ones, and I know you guys want to hear about it, because Craig said something about it, was my struggle buggy. I had one called the struggle buggy. I think I bought that thing for like $25, $50. And we called it struggle buggy because it struggled. You had to slam the door to start the motor. You had, and that was even when we were gonna race somebody. And the entertainment of it was is that we left the windshield wipers at 6 volt, while we changed the car to 12 volt, but the windshield wipers stayed 6 volts, so they went pretty fast.
And they wouldn't stop unless they got out just right.
You'd have
Open the door.
you'd have to turn the car off to stop the windshield wipers. But we had a lot of fun with that car. I had a motor in that was built by Howard News. And Howard, well, my brother tore the motor out. I think he was doing like 75 in the first year. And the motor just didn't want to stay with it.
No?
But that was one of my favorite cars. But I had a lot of, I had a Volkswagen when I left and went in the military. It was torn up when I left. I only had about 7 or 8 different Volkswagens.
I bought mine from Bill Taylor.
Tune in
Same car.
SoCal BWC YouTube channel. So this is just a preview. So
So that brings to this mind, who are the motor guys? You said Howard Muse did a motor for you.
How, I think everybody in the club, our club diversified with engines. We, Howard.
okay, this is it.
Steve, Tim.
For further story episode of this podcast, just access at the